Hey there, Centrones. Today I'm going to take you on a private behind the scenes tour and show you all of my gear that I own. And you guys are not going to be able to find this anywhere else except for on this Patreon channel. So thanks for joining me. I'm glad that you guys are a fan and you're getting to share this with me today. So up here I keep a lot of box synthesizers. I've got the Moog Stage Fatty 2 in this box right here, the Bass Station 2. I've got the Korg Mini-Log up here stored away for right now. I've got the Drum Brute right below it, and then the Korg MS-20, and then I've got the Roland MX. Trying to get a good shot of it up here. The Roland MX1 mixer. Sorry, had to stretch up there. Then down through here, I got a Behringer mixer that I've never really used much. I did in my early days of my YouTube channel, but yeah. Then this is my actual studio right through here. And I'm going to show you the heart of my studio right here. This little puppy right here is the Studio Live 32. And you know, you try to keep the dust down on these things and it's really, really difficult to do that. The only two outboard effects that I have are the Eventide Space and then the Boss Reverb RV6. Those are the only two outboard effects. There's outboard effects on this mixer right here. I never use them. Everything else is done in the box, okay? And what a lot of people don't know is that I run all of my synthesizers right through these, right here. I'm going to go through them. I'm going to get down here. So we got one of the least expensive tube compressors you can get that are stereo. It's an Art Pro VLA2. I think it really warms up the sound and it gives it a character for each of the synthesizers. It kind of enhances it. Then down here, I got this little thing right here. It's called an Electrics, and it's a filter factory. And I know a lot of people, you know, use these to play around with the filters, but I use it for one purpose, and one purpose only. I keep it real low on the mix, and then I add the distortion full blast over here. And you can barely tell it, but it gives the synths that I'm running through it. And of course, you can bypass it when you need to. It can give certain synthesizers that you need it to have that kind of sound kind of flat coming out. You can give them a little bit of extra analog crunch or presence, if you will. Then I've got the Warm Audio preamp. This is the last thing that my gear goes through. So let me go through the flow here. We're going through the compressor first. And now listen, I don't apply compression really to anything. I'm just running the synths through this so they can get warmed up by the tubes. And I barely ever light zero up, okay? And it just kind of just gives the synthesizers some character. From there, it goes into the distortion on this side over here. Then it goes to the preamp, okay? And the preamp is a WA273, and I got to tell you, it has made one huge difference in the sound quality, right? And then down here, I got something that a lot of people don't realize they should employ. That is the Behringer Ultra DI Pro, and it is an active DI, and I like it because I tried some non-active DIs, and I don't know, they were adding noise, and they were adding, well, they were taking away volume, and wasn't working for me. So these active DI from Behringer has really helped me out. So everything gets ran into these inputs back here. I'll show you back here and take a look at this. And I use snakes, and my gosh, what a wonderful world it is. Oh, I'm glad I got back here because I forgot. After it goes through the preamp, it goes through this Neve, and it is a another box DI. I guess they're called dies, but anyway, this is unique because you have to run it into these lines right here. I got it in 31 and 32, and then you have to engage the phantom power to get it to work. And at first I wasn't aware of that, and I was like, it's broke when it arrived. And how I do this is I plug all of my synths into the back of this, and then the this is my monitor out where I can hear it through my speakers here, but right down in here, this is the tricky part. I had to learn how to do this. Mix outputs right here. These actually run the sound coming out of the mixer. So all of my synthesizers come into here. They come out of these right here, and then they start running through the compressor all the way down, and then the last thing is the Neve. And then it goes back into the board through 31 and 32. Now, why did I do that? Well, it was the only way I could really apply effects to the outboard synthesizers. I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Now, with all of my synths hooked up, I can listen to every one of them while I'm playing them through my headset and through my speaker, so I can hear everything that I'm playing. But if I want them to go through the effects, I have to run everything through 31 and 32. So I have to record everything individually on 31 and 32. Now, I tried it in various different ways, and there's just no other way that I can record with the effects being wet to the DAW, through the computer. That's what I'm talking about. So I can hear the effects on all the channels, but unless I run them through 31 and 32 and record from there, they won't record. So I hope you guys understand that. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but believe me, I worked on this for months trying to get it to do something, researched it, and I couldn't get it to record. I could only hear them. So that's that part of the studio right here. And I've got myself a Chord vocal sample. I bought that 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I haven't yet hooked it up. I know what you guys are thinking. Wow, new gear, and he's not even playing it. But I got a really good deal on it, so I grabbed it. Then under here, I got the Montage Yamaha. I love this thing, but sometimes I don't. And I don't know why. It doesn't call to me. And it could be that I just don't spend enough time with it, and I do need to spend more time with it. I got this at an incredible deal, brand spanking new for under $2,000 at a local music store, because I guess they love me there. I don't know, but they treat me super cool, and yeah, I had to grab it at that price. So that's the Montage. It's not currently engaged or hooked up, I should say. And then, you can find this stuff over here on my regular YouTube channel. I've got the Polyevolver from Dave Smith. Then I have the Prophet Rev 2, 16 voice version, the Behringer DeepMind 12, the Juno 106, the JD-XA, the OB6, the Prophet 6. You guys all know what this is, the KeyStep. Everything runs through that. I'm going to go through that here in a minute. The trusty Roland TR8, incredible. I mean, I think they did a fantastic job on this. There are some limitations, and I may upgrade to the S. It's a bit pricier, than what I paid for the TR8, but I think it's worth it. I think that the upgrade is worth it, but we'll see. This is the Prophet X, now the DSI synth, and then down here, dun dun dun, is the Access Virus and it is the TI2. And what happened is I decided to replace my Access Virus C. I think after enough research, I have found that the TI2 was getting a bad reputation because of the USB problems that it had. And I'm not using it with USB. I'm using it straight into analog connections. So I decided that I was going to pull the trigger on it, and I got it, and I couldn't be happier. The thing is just absolutely amazing. Not to take anything away from the Virus C, but honestly, I think Access took everything that they knew, everything that they had learned, and pumped it into this box, and that's why they haven't come out with anything in quite a while. I bet you, this is just my guess, Access Virus is going to come out with a hybrid next. It's going to be analog and digital, so it's going to be the best of both worlds. If that happens, I'm going to have to upgrade because Access Virus makes some of the best synthesizers that I know of. They're absolutely stupendous in my book. Everything runs into another Behringer over here, Ultra Die. And then this is one of the best investments I ever made. Okay, this is Soft Tubes, and it is a Console 1. If you guys don't have one of these, I would highly, strongly recommend that you do get one of these. This unit has changed my mixing life completely. Over here, I have the Dave Smith Pioneer DJ. It is the Torres, I think I'm saying that right, SP16. And it is hooked up to where I can play all of my synthesizers through MIDI. So that's really cool because this 16 pad right here, I can just trigger every one of my synthesizers. Down in here, I always have this on. It is my Roland FA06. I don't use it for sound. I don't know. Oh, and I missed the synthesizer over there. I'll get back to that. But this is a great MIDI controller for me. I really enjoy it. And then you got your little drum pads over here if you need it. You can use that for sampling as well. I did use this in the beginning, but I don't know. The sound, it's kind of hard to explain. It doesn't fit what I'm doing electronically, so I don't really use it for anything other than a MIDI controller. Now, I used to use it a lot. But over here I got the JD-Xi. I'm never going to sell this little machine. This thing is so awesome. Not only do I have it hooked up where it can control 3 of my synthesizers, and that would be the Access, and it would be the 2 Dave Smiths up here, but I also do have it hooked up because I think it's got a nice set of drum sounds in it. So it sounds really great with drums. And so, with that being said, as of now, this is my entire studio. This is my keyboard, or excuse me, this is my computer setup down here. I got an ABS, and it is a custom built. This thing is loaded with RAM, video card. I mean, it's just maxed out. It's a beast. I really couldn't get into all the stuff, but I got the biggest, baddest, meanest monster custom built machine you could think of because, you know, I wanted something to really kick butt. So headphones, I love these. These are open back. I'll get a shot of these. AKG, and they're K240s. They're fantastic. Love them. Yamaha monitors up here. These are the 10s. Not the classics, you know, but what they're trying to do. Then I got some guitars on the wall. They are Epiphones. I got those last year, and I haven't even played them. I used to be a guitar guy. And my buddy at Sweetwater practically gave me 2 guitars for the price of 1. Not exactly, but real close to it. And I thought, man, I cannot pass that down because it was it was almost like buy one get one half off is really what it was. It was an exclusive deal that he gave me. Got my vitamins up here. Love these vitamins. They're fantastic. I guess it has nothing to do with my studio, but in a way it does, because these things get me going in the morning, and they're all natural, very safe vitamins. So not a big health nut, but these help me out. And then I got my Star Wars toys. You got to have your toys in your studio, because that's very important. And then my DAW is Reaper. I'll call up a project that I've been working on here today. Might even give you guys a listen through the phone speaker. But I chose Reaper because, to me, it was the fastest and simplest that I could learn at the time when I was getting back into music. Because I remember, if you guys follow my channel, there was a time when I kind of went through a tough spot back in 2005 and pretty much lost everything and gave up on music and everything else. But this one here was very intuitive, got right into it. I like it. There's nothing wrong with using it, and I've just been sticking with it ever since. And it's a great price. I don't know why more people don't use it. You know, I'm sure it's got its limitations, but for what I use, yeah. And then, I want to show you something here. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, this is my master effects change, because I don't master my music, but right here I use this little plug-in right here, and a G mono bass. I don't even know where I got it from, but I mono everything at 100 and below. Everything just goes to 0, and I like that because it doesn't change anything else about it. Then I go with the UAD Apex ATR 102 Universal plugin. This thing is just incredible on the master bus. Console 1, I just use that on the master bus to give it some flavor, and then to give some grit and some analog flavor, Abbey Road's vinyl stereo is what I use. So those are the four. This is what I use all the time. I don't use just about anything else on my master bus than these, and then I polish everything up. Of course, I've got all kinds of different plugins, and there's just too many to go through, but these are my 4 master bus plugins, so you guys take note of these, because I think that they're fantastic. Maybe you guys know something that also works really good. And this is a track that I'm working on. I'll give this to you as a bonus, see if I can get it to play here. And I'll skip. Let me skip here a little bit for you. This one's called Into the Vortex, and I'm actually working on it right now. So I thought I would just give you a behind-the-scenes studio tour that other people aren't getting. And you know what? I'm forgetting some other gear over here. You see, I've got so much. Sometimes I forget. Over here I have my Volcas, and I redid my studio last year, and man, it was a pain in the butt, but it had to be done. So I've got the Volcas right here, Volca keys. I got the modified Volca drums, so you got the different kind of snare that comes out of there, and then the bass. And I really got to get these going with their little brother sister over here, the sample. And I'm thinking about using this space right here for that purpose. I don't know. The best microphone in the world that I have ever used is the RE20 Electro Voice. I love that thing. Then over here, just boxes of cables, more headphones. Not really significant. I don't use these. They're just for when people come over. I don't like sharing headphones, so I give people their own headphones. This is here. Got these at a thrift store. Oh no, they're pretty cool. A little bonus extra material here for you. And then another key step tucked away down in there. I think I got like 3 key steps. I think there's another one in that other room I was in earlier. Then little hat. So when I'm having a bad hair day, because I have a door back through here, when the mail person's coming, I got to greet people or something, I can put a hat on real quick. That's very important. Lighting system over here. And these lights are pretty cool, because they change. And normally it's darker in here. I can change the lights, change the scheme, make them blink, whatever. Pretty cool, right? I like that because it can set my mood. But anyway, you just got to see my entire studio. I hope I didn't go too fast for you. If you guys want to leave comments and ask me questions and things, I'll try to get to them. Engage one another here. And remember, this is my Patreon channel, so we keep everything civil. I hope you guys, and I know you guys will. I mean, you guys more than respectful people. But anyways, just one last look here before I turn this video off. Move on to the next subject. Thanks, guys, for joining me. I really do appreciate you guys. And until next time, this is Pyramid Drones. Keep calm and synth on.